I also like how,
Must be extracting something valuable to fund an operation.
like, the atmosphere here is evidently not breathable because we're wearing spacesuits, but these are just normal doors. It's not an airlock.
You can just, like, assume that they cut out an airlock, I feel like.
So they're really just half-assing the NASA punk aesthetic at this point.
I mean, a little bit, yeah, I guess. You know, it's a good point. Like, it is a bit of a... It feels kind of half-assed.
I mean, I think that's the thing, is that they didn't want to make it actual space. They wanted NASA punk. They wanted something that looks legitimate, but in no way, but still facilitates this, like, fantasy adventurers in space setting.
It's kind of the classic Bethesda thing of, you know, splashing around in different genres or moods or influences, but never really adopting any of the disciplines that are associated with them. You know, it doesn't matter what they're working with. The constraints of their approach to storytelling and the constraints of, like, their model of what a successful game looks like ultimately leads them to pursue the same loops, the same kind of stolid sameness.
Yeah, it really, like, I think that's the real problem people have with this game, is it exemplifies the stagnation of Bethesda from a creative level. Like, oh, that's like, it's all this possible stuff you could do with this premise, and it's just the same goddamn shit again. You're going into dungeons, like caves specifically. You're killing raiders that have no particular backstory or reason to exist. Everything's just kind of goofy and uncanny valley. There's no consequences to your actions. Like,
I've actually been working on another kind of working premise for what feels weird to me so far, and this is a little awkward because I worry that I'm not really being fair with my criticisms in this series. I think that, you know, the way I'm experiencing this is definitely not ideal. I was never particularly well disposed towards it. I wanted to come in kind of like take a positive outlook, but, you know, I'm not necessarily seeing this game at its best. I worry that I'm in a position where whatever preconceived notions I'm bringing are just coloring everything I'm seeing through the Discord stream. But the more I'm kind of looking at things,
this place is unusually yellow.
I think the thing that's getting me the most actually has to do with the dialogue itself more than anything else. There's something about the way people talk in this game. I'm just gonna put this out there and let's see how well this theory holds up. I'm not gonna put this out as a criticism, I'm gonna put this out as a theory.
I'm jealous. I tried following up
everything
on some leads myself, but
anyone says in this game feels a bit like it's coming from an emotional wavelength. Like on a scale from like 1 minimum emotion to 10 maximum emotion, it's all hovering down really at the low end of the pool. I guess, like, nobody sounds particularly mad or particularly happy or particularly like they want anything.
I wasn't aware we were competing, but
it kind of feels like
Oh no. Don't you
anything from like you threatening their life to you saving their life is presented as a convenience or an inconvenience.
War causes nothing but arguments.
I think it's also like it's compounded by the fact that there's no stakes yet. Maybe there will be at some point, but like
and then the other.
we're wandering around picking up these weird artifacts for some reason. We don't really, I'm not sure anybody at this point really knows why we're doing this, except that they're weird and we want to understand them. I mean, like in at this point as characters in the story.
Oh no. And we're like 7 hours in at least, and yeah, no one knows what this is about.
In this story, I can't believe I'm the one pushing us to be tougher for once.
And like that's fine. I don't necessarily like we absolutely do not need every story to be about like, oh, we gotta save the world or the universe or whatever. That was quite a swivel turn you did there.
You absolutely don't. And in fact, that's kind of the point, like kind of what I'm getting at here. There's no stakes because nobody gives a shit.
You know,
It's not that there's nothing to give a shit about, it's that nobody really seems to give that much of a shit. Even if they're saying, well, I really give a shit, they're saying it like that.
I do not mind being
It's not
Right,
just the
well,
tone of
where
voice,
where
it's
the
what they're
stakes
saying.
would be for a story like this are undermined by the fact that no one seems to be all that particularly interested in anything.
Thank you for your help.
It's like every conversation starts at a 5 and ends at a 5.
I have no objections. Let us see what else we can find out there.
And the thing about that is that it really... I believe that you cannot overstate how much of a widespread impact that has on how you see a game world and how you interact with that game world.
Succeeded.
The idea that there are people who care deeply enough to not like be long-winded or to not say things in a kind of neutral or meandery way, but to just like be very blunt and very direct and very like put things in a very personal way, feels like that does so much to inject a sense of life into everything else you see. Like I keep bringing back Cyberpunk 2077. It's not because these games are particularly comparable, but like one thing that really stood out to me about that game is that if you look at people walking down the street, you do get a sense that each of these people has like a lot of problems, or like that they you look at them and like you think like, oh man, like this guy's going home to like a shitty apartment, or like he's trying to get a promotion, or like, and none of that comes through is a product of like the animation or the like random outfits or anything, because these are just props. They're just like moving through the scene. They're not characters. It's totally randomly generated. But you're able to project those things onto them because everyone you do talk to does feel that way. It makes it feel like everything neutral about the world, everything that isn't actually pursuing a goal, everything that isn't actually tied to the story, could still have that element to it, which does so much to make it feel like a world that's worth being in, or worth doing anything in.
I mean, you could make the argument that this is a result of the clinical sterility inherent to the NASA punk aesthetic, right? Like, there's something about Cyberpunk 2077 where you are in a shitty, rundown capitalist world, and that sort of informs the performances, the character design, everything, the writing. And here, because it's this sterile, it's space, but also wizards, but also nothing really matters, you get performances that are, it's space, but also wizards, but also nothing really matters.
It's kind of like they, it feels like they eschewed the broad emotional stakes of
blips of hope in the blackest sea.
Space opera like Flash Gordon, which would have been good, and they missed the like systemic stakes of something like The Expanse, and they landed in the middle where it's kind of just professionals doing professional stuff, and it sucks.
The ones we found, anyway. No telling.
I mean, even at that, they could have done something like there.
Something important.
Wouldn't necessarily even have to be a situation where, oh, we need like a dystopia to motivate things. You know, like
Certainly
you can do Star Trek. Star Trek is a franchise about professional people doing professional stuff because it is like important to the human endeavor, the human experience to like explore and learn things. But you also have people like Patrick Stewart delivering these great speeches, and like there's not really anything of that caliber that we've seen in this game, or anything even remotely close.
Even like and I say this affectionately, like workman-like wooden performances in Star Trek.
You're looking for the eye of the storm. Whole thing
They
is a
still
world.
find a way to put
the
things
source,
where it feels like they really, really give a shit about what like they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like even if they're saying, Captain, like this, that, like they make sure that they're communicating the stakes very clearly. Like they're making it's never left to inference like, oh, this is important. Can you feel how important this is? It feels like something important is happening.
All right, I think
okay.
we might be getting ready to do the thing that gives us the new mechanic. Is this...
Need to go to Procyon or Procyon. I can never remember which way it's pronounced. Probably Procyon. Procyon A. What?
You cannot travel while
You
ship is
Cannot
down.
travel
You
with a ship.
you
Are
need
you
to undock.
serious? Oh yeah, everywhere you can fast travel from the other side of the planet from your fucking ship, but you have to undock your ship from the goddamn space station for it to fast travel. What are these rules?
I love it. I love it.
Damn it.
There's nothing more that grinds things to a halt more
this
than like
interface so
UI
much.
that has inconsistent rules about when it does not apply. I love it. It's like someone made a video game equivalent of ZBrush.
No, because like I think there are. What that feels like is there's a scripted event somewhere, either in the story or in some side mission, where you are for whatever reason not able to do a grav jump, or you're not allowed to undock, and therefore they had to disable grav jump, and it just
Redirecting power for attack.
Oh.
Oh, it's a level 2. It's a nothing.
We
It's a
got
nothing. can
ourselves
just
a little
land.
skirmish going on here. Like it's not just us. There's also friendlies. So is there a reason?
Oh shit.
0, not O.
Yeah, well, we
Is there
don't
a reason
actually
why?
have any of that. Is there a
Oh, that's right,
reason
it's with
not to
Sarah.
just hold down all the fire buttons in combat?
Yes, the idea that first of all you have a limited number of rockets, but also rockets and ballistics don't really do damage until the shield's destroyed, and the shield doesn't get destroyed until you use energy. The easiest way to disable a shield
Right.
is with energy weapons. Yeah. So
But
in theory, it should
is
be.
there something preventing me from just holding all the fire buttons down permanently? Because they're
Well, I mean,
still
you-
going to do damage.
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense to do so. Is the thing.
I guess there's a capacitor here where you run out of lasers, so it's to some extent, although apparently not ballistics.
I'll be honest. I don't think we can really criticize this because I don't think we've dedicated much time to learning how it works.
Yeah. All right. Where are we
No,
going
the anomaly.
here?
The anomaly. The
Scanner
exciting.
anomaly. Here we go.
I will say it does not look particularly exciting.
I'm excited. I'm excited because I know what's coming up.
Oh no, I meant the space.
Oh
combat.
God. I guess, Alex, you're gonna get the big lore dump here after having only been here for 2 weeks.
Oh, you know.
It's not really a lore dump. It's
Well, the reveal, the twist.
Now we're on Skyrim planet.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not actually
How
sure
fitting.
what could happen at this point that I would consider to be a twist.
Fluorine.
it's when the visor starts getting glitchy. That's what you're looking for.
This direction? Oh, that looks like something. I wonder if it shows up on the map. Oh, I can't bring up a map of this region. Oh, no, I can. Hey, guys, there's this thing marked as unknown. And there's this other thing marked as unknown. I'll bet that's it. No, this
map
is it.
markers.
That doesn't have a mark on it.
Because it's mysterious. Ooh.
There is something kind of interesting about the idea of, like, the thing that, like, the mysterious thing you have to find literally not being marked on your map. I quite like it, actually.
Ah, it doesn't like me. Why would you do this? You're grazers.
Strange.
I like that we left all of our ship parts with Sarah, and we're now with Andrenja. So...
Give up already.
Is it not just Andrea?
Well, Sarah pronounces the J as a J, not as an H.
Oh. Okay.
Does she?
Yeah, it's
Actually...
Andrenja.
I would imagine it being pronounced as an I, but... Which is
I'm just
where
going
the
with what
letter
Sarah's
J
saying.
actually came from.
Okay, is that a real thing? Like, does anybody in the comments know if that's like a real just way to pronounce that name that I've never heard of before?
Looking it up, there's a lot of places that do it with Andrea, but...
Right, well, I mean, again, the letter J came out of the letter I. Like, that's where J comes from, and the original pronunciation was
in modern
a Y or an I sound.
We've all seen Last Crusade.
Yeah, in German, and it's pronounced "huh" in Spanish.
Did the voice actor just not know that you don't say the J as a J?
I was looking it up just now, and it seems like it's very consistently pronounced.
I mean, that would be the
Andreja.
voice director.
I do not have words.
For something that's
maybe
supposed to be incredibly impressive, this is not incredibly impressive.
It's a Skyrim
It's not
tower.
breathtaking. It's the goddamn Wizard Tower DLC from Oblivion.
You need to jump up and down to stay warm.
Yeah, this actually, yeah, to be honest, like, I feel like the game is not really calibrated our sense of wonder in a way where this feels...
Yeah. No, come on.
We're finding the entrance in the dumbest way possible.
Oh, is it down on the
Is that what
ground?
we're supposed to do? This seems
But
like the
it's-
obvious thing to do to me.
I do like how, like, in a sci-fi setting, this is supposed to be something, like, incredible, and our immediate reaction is, oh, Wizard probably lives here. Oh, boy.
I mean, if the twist is that it's Skyrim Wizards and Anduin is behind all this, I'll be honest, I'm 100% on board.
I honestly
that would
wish
actually be
that...
very funny.
I wish that was the twist. I wish this was secretly an Elder Scrolls game.
I'm so disappointed that you just debunked that. I'm so disappointed.
Temple Eta. Why do we know it's Eta?
No, I think that's just like because it's 0 ETA. It means you're there.
No, they've been using Greek letters for the artifacts, so...
Oh, okay. Well,
Float up and float down.
Are they moving? They seem to react to us.
What happens if we go into the middle?
now I just wish we were playing Riven. When do we have our full no walkthrough season of Riven?
Oh, man.
That new version
Oh
just
my
came
God.
out.
Do.
I know, it's awesome. Looks great.
Yeah, are we talking about the remake or the
Don't leave.
original?
Don't leave.
The puzzles are pretty similar, as I understand it.
Oh, what's this?
Yeah, you should have just left.
No, don't leave.
You fucking imagine. I'll be
Well,
honest,
yeah, I
this
don't
seems like
care.
an OSHA thing to me. I might actually get out of here. This is cool. This is cool right here. Like, this is cool as a, like, mechanic you discover that they don't explain it. I like it.
Yeah. Speaking of the NASA punk aesthetic, in that the game kind of seems like it's putting on the airs of being hard sci-fi, but also it's not. Like, this shouldn't be.
It's not.
incredible and unbelievable to us. We have ships that have artificial gravity. You can absolutely do this shit with the technology that we have. Like,
this just kind of feels like
it's one of those, oh, it's
2010s
cool.
fantasy, which I guess it kind of is if you look at its development timeline.
Why does she keep, like, aiming at us? Whoa.
Go inside it while it's spinning
Stargate?
fast.
No.
I feel like I'm on the Gravitron, and like the Bloodhound Gang should be pumping in the background.
Okay, it's annoying that it decides to stop being in one place. Did we fucking open a Stargate?
Shit, yeah. Let's teleport to the middle of the universe. Dead. Fucking dead. R.I.P. you beautiful disaster. Okay, this is just 2001: Space Odyssey, yeah.
Is that a map?
It was a symbol.
It was a Thu'um.
To equip. Oh my god!
It actually was a Thu'um.
It was a Thu'um!
It actually was a Thu'um. Alright. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Where's the data part? Oh, powers. Okay.
Oh my god.
This screen fills me with
Oh my!
many feelings. All of them.
They just can't. They can't stop doing the thing that they already did before.
Remember what I said earlier about, like, none of the disciplines?
So you know how every one of the artifacts we've collected has a Greek letter?
And
guess what we get
Greek
to go
letters
do now?
associated with the temples, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
I love it.
How do we know that, like, the one we called Zeta is associated with the temple we now call Zeta? Like, what?
The
Jesus
eye senses
Christ.
it. Who knows?
Get you back to the lodge.
How do we... Alright.
I really wish people would stop asking us that.
That didn't do anything to our companion, which makes
it
the
lifts
power
enemies.
seem lame.
What
good is the Thu'um if I cannot blast Jarl Bulgroth off of his perch in the middle of a speech? What is the point, Chris?
I do think it's weird they chose to start you with the anti-gravity one that's a little underwhelming and not something cool.
It also feels uncharacteristic of Bethesda and video games generally that they didn't, like, okay, well, there's an enemy, so it's not like they didn't made you wait too long for one, but, like, this is such a mild experience
it's
we're having
dead.
right now.
Alright, well...
This changes everything.
Does it?
The world will never be the same.
We did go to a wizard tower.
This fundamentally changes very little.
Man, now I want to live in the universe where Rutskarn was right and this was secretly just an Elder Scrolls game, and that was the reveal.
I just love that as he's saying it's a Thu'um, it appears on the screen that you've unlocked the new power.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, we'll be back with more Starfield soon.
The power collection begins.
Alex, it's been great to have you around. Don't know how often you can swing it, but you're always welcome to come back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the real like game shines when you're like replaying this for like the 5th time and things change in
What the
subtle
fuck
ways
is
that
going
you
on
can
with the
pick up on and
shadow
stuff.
there?
But like we're
resist
never
this
gonna get
framing.
there, so we'll see what we can do.
Yes.
But I mean, it's obviously changes my opinion of like the thing is, if you're gonna repeat, you should at least make playing through it fun, right? Like at least once.
Or make the loop
It's shocking
small.
to me how long it took us to get here. Like this is
Yeah,
this is a good like
What's your save?
10
say?
hours into a normal play. Like we're not 10 hours in, but like for a normal person, we're 6 hours, almost 7.
And you're not doing like every little side thing, I'm sure.
No. Oh, she got patches. Why is there fire over there? Well, whatever. See you guys next week.
A mystery for next week.
Adios.
Oh
Anyway.
my god.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. I've been biting my tongue the whole time, not telling you guys the Thu'ums were coming.
It's like I think I would be less bothered by that if it had happened in the first couple hours, but the fact that you spend like what feels to me like the first third of the game's quest lines to build up to you get dragon shouts, motherfucker. Like
Especially because it's really not that big of a reveal. Like it's like
no.
it's like you
There's
know
so much
something's up, and like it does the exact same thing that Skyrim does. So you're like, well, maybe it's something related like that. Like that's what I
there's
thought.
so many other cooler things they could have done there. Like I think it's very funny that like our whole conversation this week was like, man, Bethesda just can't stop doing the game. They can't stop making Skyrim over and over again. And then we get to the fucking reveal and it's more Skyrim bullshit. God damn it.
Love it.
Oh boy.